want to do is get that, if there's any hay outside the door, pick it up and give it to somebody who's in. Give that to Ollie. Make sure you get all the piles out first. Shaking the pitchfork, and you can see I'm left-handed. So my left hand is at the top, my right hand is at the bottom. If you're right-handed, you would switch it. Do it like this. I keep this top hand pushing down, and it's controlling. So your dominant hand is at the top, controlling the direction of the pitchfork. The right arm should be about halfway down the pitchfork. It really should not have to bend down. Make sure you're shaking all the good shavings out. Get underneath this water area. So make sure that you're getting all up against the wall, underneath the water bucket, and underneath the food bucket area. I just shake the pitchfork as I'm making my way back to the bucket. You know, you don't have to see these in and out. That's what I do when I'm videoing, and that way you can get without moving the camera so much. You don't need to be like too tight. You can see I'm getting all that manure out first, and then I can see this wet spot right here. So I'm flipping. You don't have to dig down. You see I keep that pitchfork level. So my left hand, my dominant hand, is controlling the level of the pitchfork. And what I do is I just keep flipping until I hit dry stuff. And then that wet is now on top. Then you shake the good stuff out of the bottom. See all the good stuff's left. So then I kind of do that a little bit in that area to make sure, see, I got it all. There's a little spot right there. All the time I'm constantly sifting and shaking that pitchfork. I felt a little something here, so I'm gonna just flip to be sure. So now I've gotten the bulk of everything out, and I start bringing it away from the walls, and I just sift back and forth. You pull it away from the wall. You'll see stuff will come up, and as you find it, try to keep it level, so I'm constantly working it back and forth to level out the high and low spots. So this is important. Make sure that cleaning this paddock area, what I do is I bring the good shavings in, and I take and I get any of the sand away from the edge under the door that builds up, and I bring everything into the center because that's where they walk, and then they rut it down, and then the water will stand there and they'll stand in the water. Then come on out to the paddock. Get any manure piles. And I do a last little, make sure you get around these edges. So when I bring it out away from the wall, you can see there's not like I'm pulling it way away. I'm just getting, you know, you still want some on the edge and you don't want to pile it up on the edges. I'm just constantly working it back and forth and leveling it. Towards the end, I'm gonna do the water bucket. So I'm gonna take all the logs of hay out, put it in the muck bucket. While the bucket is hanging, take your hand and wipe it around in there. Take it off. Hold it by the handle in the bottom and swing it in the middle of the paddock so it's not up against the wood post. And it's away from the doorway. Alright. Just going on with me. Alright, so I'm doing a last little cut. See it's nice and level, and I'm just using this opportunity to pull the last little bits out. And then what I'm going to do is move this muck bucket out of the doorway. I'm going to clean up the doorway. Make sure you're getting this area right at the door. Usually it's higher here. Some of the horses stand here and it gets lower, so you know if it's higher, you're going to swing it into the middle, away from the doorway. So if it's higher like that, you're going to swing it away from the door. If you have an area like that that's lower, then I will fill it in. So there's maybe Cosby and him are maybe the only ones. So in this case, I'm going to bring it in and fill that in. So basically you want the front of the bedding level or slightly lower than the door. You don't want it higher than the door, because otherwise when they go in and out, it just throws them into the aisleway. And then anything I'm cleaning up there, I take that out. And that's it.